So in this video we are going to discuss one more important one, that is BCSBI, right? That is in retail banking, right? This is very important one. So maximum questions like 6 to 8 marks are coming from this only, right? So with respect to the exams, this is important one, right? So these are the some important ones. So first of all, welcome to our channel CAIIB by Kraken, right? So BCSBI, the full form is Banking Codes and Standard Board of India, right? Remember the full form: B for banking, C for codes, S for standard, B for board, and I for of India. Remember, first B for banking, second B for board, right? C for codes, S for standards boards of India, banking code and standard boards of India. So this is a voluntary code which sets minimum standard of banking practices for banks to follow when they are dealing with. That means इस बैंकिंग कोड एंड स्टैंडर्ड्स बोर्ड्स ऑफ इंडिया ये डिसाइड करती है कि कुछ एक मिनिमम स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ बैंकिंग प्रैक्टिस ड्यूरिंग द बैंकिंग प्रैक्टिस आपको कुछ मिनिमम स्टैंडर्ड फॉलो करना होगा ऑल द बैंकर्स एंड ऑल द बैंक्स when they are dealing with individual customers. That means during our customer services we need to follow some minimum standard banking practices or some minimum standard codes and standards that is set by this BCSBI, right? U denotes the customer and we the banker. The customer deal with we, the bank the customer deals with, right? So here U means the customer, we the bank the customer deal with. Here in the whole you just remember U means the customer. If you are not happy with your choice, U means in the following sentence you will be the customer, we means the bank, right? So if you are not happy about your choice of current account saving account, within 14 days of making your first payment into the account, we will help you switch to another of your account, or we will give you money back with interest it may have. That means if any customer is opening the saving account and current account and he is not happy with the type of account, then within the 14 days, remember this, within 14 days he can change or switch to another account, whatever of his choice, or can close and get back his money back with interest, right? Remember 14 days. So next, and we will ignore any notice period, and in that case, and we will ignore any notice period and any extra charges, right? So in that case bank may ignore the notice period. So next will be, if any customer decide to close the current and saving account, then the bank we will close your account within 3 working days of receiving your application letter, receiving your instruction, right? Instruction means any types of letter, right? So that means if the customer decides to close the account, then the bank will close it maximum within 3 days, right? So remember this, 3 days from the receiving of the instruction. So this 3 days is very important, 3 days. Then next one, if you want to transfer your account to another branch of our bank, we will do so. Your account at the new branch will be operationalized within 2 weeks of receiving your request. Remember, within 2 weeks, subject to you complying with the required KYC formality at the new branch. We will intimate you as soon as the account is operationalized. The new branch will be provided with information on your standing instruction and direct debits, if any. दैट मीन्स इफ समवन, अगर कोई कस्टमर अपना अकाउंट को दूसरे ब्रांच में सोल ट्रांसफ़र करना चाहता है विद इन द सेम बैंक, तो इन दैट केस विद इन 2 वीक्स के अंदर उनका जो अकाउंट चालू हो जाएगा विद द प्रोसेसिंग के साथ। एंड अगर वो डिपेंड करता है उनका जो KYC हो वो कैसे सेटिस्फाई, मतलब फुली फॉर्मेलिटी अगर हो जाता है तो आपको विद इन 2 वीक्स के अंदर ये वाला प्रोसेस काम हो जाएगा, राइट। So here this 2 weeks is important in case of soul transfer. So next one is, we will advise you any change in minimum balance to be maintained 30 days in advance. During this notice period, we will not charge you non-maintenance of higher minimum balance structure. That means अगर कोई बैंक अपना जो मिनिमम बैलेंस है उसको कोई उसके चेंजेस करता है, देन कस्टमर को 30 डे का नोटिस पीरियड इन एडवांस मिलना चाहिए। एंड इन द 30 डे नोटिस पीरियड दे विल नॉट चार्ज एनी चार्ज फॉर द नॉन मेंटेनेंस ऑफ द न्यू हायर पीरियड, राइट। सो 30 डे फॉर द minimum balance maintenance charges, like that. Then we will tell you when you open account what period of inoperations of the account would render your account being classified as dormant. You will also informed 3 months before your account is classified as dormant and inoperative or treated as unclaimed account and the consequences therefore. Under normal circumstances, we will not close your account without giving you at least 30-day notice. We will reimburse amounts wrongly debited. So these are things. So let me tell you. So here that means during the opening of account, the bank will inform the customer these are the guidelines, these are the things, and if you are not following this, like if 6 months तक अगर आप पैसा कुछ जमा विड्रॉ एंड डिपॉजिट नहीं करें तो आपका अकाउंट डोमिनेट हो जाएगा। देन वी इन्फॉर्म्ड यू 3 months बिफोर। अगर कुछ ऐसा कुछ कंडीशन आता है कि आपका अकाउंट ऐसा हुआ है, देन यू विल बी इन्फॉर्म्ड 3 months बिफोर योर डोरमेंट इनऑपरेटिव ट्रीटेड एज अनक्लेम्ड। सो देयर विल बी ए पीरियड ऑफ 3 months, that means 90 days, right, under the normal circumstances. So next questions is, if we plan to close our branch or shift our branch, we will give you. अगर कोई भी बैंक प्लान करता है अपना ब्रांच को शिफ्ट करने के लिए, प्रायर नोटिस ऑफ 3 months. सो इसमें 3 months का प्रायर नोटिस इफ देयर इज नो ब्रांच ऑफ एनी बैंक functioning at your center and inform we will continue to provide banking services to you. So अगर क्लोज होता है और शिफ्ट होता है उस केस में 3 month का नोटिस पीरियड टू द कस्टमर्स. So prior to the 2 month notice, if there is a branch of any other bank functioning at your center. अगर कोई if there is no other bank another branch, then 3 month का. अगर if there is a branch of any other bank functioning at your center, then 2 month का notice period. We will settle the claim in respect of the deceased deposits. अगर किसी का डेथ हो जाता है, so and release payments to the survivors and nominee and within a period not exceeding 15 days from the date of the receipt of the claim, subject to the production of proof of death of the depositor and suitable documentations of the identification of the claims to the bank's satisfaction, right. So that means in that case decreased केस में 15 days आपका अगर सब satisfied हो जाता है, every document has been submitted including the death certificate, then after satisfying all the guidelines of the bank, then it will be processed within 15 days. We will return to you all the security documents, title deeds to the mortgage property within 15 days. That means if someone is taking housing loan or any types of dues, then their original documents will be returned, whatever the title deed of mortgage document, within 15 days of the repayment of the older dues. So in case of loans, there will be 15 days to be returned in with the repayment of all the dues, right? Whatever the contracted or agreed. If the transaction at the ATM fails and the account is debited, the card issued bank is required to resolve your complaint by redirecting your account within 7 working day from the complaint. So in case of ATM failure, अगर आपका ATM फेल्स हो गया एंड और अकाउंट से पैसा कट गया, इन दैट केस जो इशूइंग बैंक है वो 7 डेज के अंदर आपका ऑफ कंप्लेंट फ्रॉम द कंप्लेंट आपको आप जो कंप्लेंट है उसको रिजॉल्व करना है, राइट? सो इसके बारे में और कुछ देख लेते हैं मोर. Failed transactions. According to RBI new guideline, in case of ATM transaction, their customer's account has been debited but cash has not been dismissed. आपका अकाउंट पैसा कट जाता है पर आपको कैश नहीं मिला है ATM से. The financial institutions have to reverse the failed transaction with a maximum transaction period. ये पहले था, अभी जो न्यू आया है RBI का उसके हिसाब से T plus 5 days. T plus 5 days transaction day plus 5 days, that means maximum हो गया आपका 6 days. T plus 5 days. If the financial institutions fail to reverse the transaction in T plus 5 days, they have to pay a compensation 100 per day, a delay beyond T 5 days to the credit to the account holder. So उनको फाइन देना पड़ेगा बैंक को 100 per day, right? कुछ very important points है. So this new framework to the auto reversal of the failed transaction and compensation also applies to the failed transaction at micro ATM levels, which are basically low cost devices that support basic banking transactions through biometric authentication. So micro ATM के केस में भी ये अप्लाइड रहता है, वहाँ पर बायोमेट्रिक के ऑथेंटिकेशन में पैसा मिलता है, so it will be also applied to that. This the previous rule. So in case of failed debit credit transactions where the customer's card has been debited but beneficiary card not, that is debit to debit account, debit card to debit account, debit card account, डेबिट कार्ड टू डेबिट कार्ड हम ट्रांसफ़र कर दें ना उस केस में. सो इस केस में क्या, कस्टमर का अकाउंट डेबिट हो गया है बट बेनिफिशियर का अकाउंट क्रेडिट नहीं हुआ है. सो इन दैट केस द फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैव टू रिवर्स द ट्रांजेक्शन विद इन ए T+1 days. सो जब अकाउंट टू अकाउंट डेबिट कार्ड टू डेबिट कार्ड होता है तो इस केस में आपका जो कट ऑफ टाइम है T+1 days. ट्रांजेक्शन का 1-2 मतलब 2 days के अंदर, right? Remember this. If the transaction is not reversed or if the amount is not credited to the beneficiary account within the time period, then 100 per day compensation has to be paid for the delay of T+1 day. यहाँ पर आपका T+1 day for debit card to debit card. इस केस में आपका T+1 day एंड जब कैश आपका कोई डेबिट हो गया अकाउंट से एंड कैश के केस में आपका T+5 days, right? Remember this. So next देख लेते at point of sale POS. Debit card transactions including cash at POS. If the customer's account has been debited, confirmation not received at the merchant location not generated, the charge slip not generated, the transaction has been auto reversed within T+5 days. अगर एट द पॉइंट ऑफ मतलब POS के केस में डेबिट कार्ड ट्रांजेक्शन में इंक्लूडिंग कैश एट द POS, इफ द कस्टमर्स अकाउंट हैज़ बीन डेबिटेड, कस्टमर का अकाउंट क्या हो गया, डेबिट हो गया बट मर्चेंट को कंफर्मेशन नहीं मिला, ये जो स्लीप है चार्ज इन स्लीप नॉट जनरेटेड, तो इस केस में द ट्रांजेक्शन हैज़ बीन ऑटो रिवर्स्ड, या ऑटो रिवर्स्ड हो जाना चाहिए T+5 days के अंदर. अदरवाइज ए कंपनसेशन ऑफ 100 पर डे बियॉन्ड T5 days हैव्स टू पे. सो POS के केस में आपका है T+5 day, अदरवाइज 100, इन ऑल केसेस 100, बट आपका डेबिट कार्ड टू डेबिट कार्ड केस में T+1 days. सो दिस सेम रूल अप्लाइज टू द फेल्ड ट्रांजेक्शन एट कार्ड नॉट प्रेजेंट और ई-कॉमर्स ट्रांजेक्शन्स. सो ये सेम रूल अप्लाइड रहता है आपका ई-कॉमर्स के लिए. कौन सा रूल, ये वाला रूल, दैट मीन्स T+5 days for this, right? So these are the some importance regarding the BCSBI, right? So hopefully it will be helpful you in the exams. So we are going to upload some important topics. If you have also some important topics so that you want us to cover, then you can post in the comment sections. So if you like this video, subscribe and share with your friends and click the bell icon to get more updates at the earliest. Thanks for watching our videos. Thank you.